Could the future of education be less about what we know and more about how we connect? This is a question Dr. Hwa A has explored extensively. His personal view on education pivots on the idea that our world is changing too fast for traditional specialist approaches. He believes that it is more beneficial for young students to journey through the web of change as a primary learning experience. They should be encouraged to weave their way idiosyncratically through this web, imagining solutions rather than learning by rote lists of data that may become obsolete before they can apply them. Dr. Lim suggests a rethink of how we define intelligence. Instead of judging people by their ability to memorize, to think sequentially, or to recite poetry, he proposes that intelligence should be gauged by the ability to connect seemingly unrelated pockets of information and to put everything in proper perspective. In his words, an intelligent person is a generalist with a specialty, someone who can pull together diverse information and apply it in their specific field. Dr. Lim references President Theodore Roosevelt's 1907 message to the US Congress, where he stated, "Our school system is gravely defective insofar as it puts a premium upon mere literacy training, and tends therefore to train the boy away from the farm and the workshop." Responding to this, Dr. Lim notes that in the early 1900s, progress was slower, and training was enough to secure a reasonably comfortable career. Fast forward half a century, and Sir Winston Churchill declares, "The first duty of a university education is to teach wisdom, not a trade, character, not technicalities." This statement seems to contradict Roosevelt's earlier thoughts, but Dr. Lim clarifies that Roosevelt was talking about training, while Churchill was discussing education. In our rapidly changing world, Dr. Lim argues that it's not obvious that the ways of the elders should continue. New rules are typically needed for new games, and we must discover these rules. Learning becomes a voyage of exploration and experimentation, often frowned upon by those who believe in sticking to what is already known. It's a way of learning that can be seen as disrespectful or rebellious. According to Dr. Lim, we need education to learn. He distinguishes between education and training, stressing that they are not the same. Education, whether formal or informal, is the only way to develop the qualities that equip us to handle change and ambiguity effectively, intelligently, and responsibly. Training, on the other hand, is about acquiring skills and information that enable us to deal effectively with the basics. It forms the bulk of applied science and engineering and all specializations. It's the continual unfolding of the human being as Homo faber, the tool man. So, as we look to the future of education, perhaps it's time to consider not just what we know, but how we connect.